We have several new buildings to construct, so let's just jump straight into it. We'll start off in this new area just behind the mine, which has quite a lot of elevated terrain. In this space we'll have the mystical site as well as the Enchanter's tower. So let's get Agnes set up with the mystical site. Over beside Christian's builder's hut, yes, Christian. Jane played a bit too hard with an ocean creeper. We have yet another new area, and within it we'll build the graveyard. Which, as an odd thing to say, I don't think we'll get that much use of actually, seeing as the graveyard keeper will try to bury the remains of the dead, and most of our idiots are drowning themselves in the water, so they aren't leaving graves behind. Regardless, we'll get Christian coming out to build this for us. As for our final builder, Elaine, yep, the previous builder also went a bit too hard with creepers. We will get her moving on to something a bit more interesting, I think. And that is the Tropical Style's very first Cookery build. This is the creation of one of our viewers, CJ, who has very kindly spent the time making the different schematics of the build for us to use, although I have also put my 2 cents into the build as well, and have ruined it by changing some of its interior with my own decoration, but we'll worry about that later. Let's go find this bad boy a home, which is going to be roughly where it's sat at the moment, just beside the new plantations and the bakery build, just opposite the restaurant build, and it's going to fit in just so very snugly in between the both of them. But just before we do place the build in, what I'm going to do is try line up this covered road bridge with the restaurant, just so that it matches in theme with the rest of the builds around here, and the cookery will sit just to the back of it. Well, that's given us quite a lot to do. Let's see what they're getting up to at the moment. Oh, but very quickly, just before we do, I've also been a little bit busy. Yep, I did say it was going to be one of those playthroughs. We now have an aquarium within our own house. Man, I love axolotls. Christian is out here constructing the graveyard build for us. It is only a level 1 building, so it shouldn't take him too long to get the materials for it. Chances are he's probably going to be killed to an ocean creeper before he finishes it. But we've made a start at least. And this is clearly the hole that goes down to where the graves are then going to be situated at down here. Cool, I'll leave you to it. Try not die. Agnes is requesting any pink tulip, as is Elaine at the moment for whatever builds they're getting up to, and Samuel the farmer is requesting in some pumpkin seeds. The 2 builders are upgrading the plantations to level 3 at the moment and are both basically just awaiting in on some pink tulips. We do have the flower shop up, but I don't think it can make us pink tulips yet, so I will get a few out. Oh, also, the university was finally finished off to level 4, so there's the observatory now up, and inside of it, it's just a lot of white concrete, nice and bright inside, with some really expensive blocks on top of it. This building will be interesting to get up to level 5, I think. But for now, let's concentrate on these current builds. And hello flower shop, I do see that we have a worker within it growing dandelions for us at the moment. I don't assume you can grow pink tulips yet, can you? No, just simply dandelions and poppies. We will need to upgrade this building to level 2, 3 and 4 eventually, but we've got enough to do here today. And also I seen that you were needing some pumpkin seeds to continue harvesting there, Samuel. You should be able to craft your own there. Yes indeed you can. Let's just simply do the same then with some melons, and that should be you pretty much self-sufficient here. I know that we required the university being level 4 in order to unlock some more researches for the plantation. Yes, it was for the Gargamel research to unlock some nether related things for the plantation, but I didn't see the nether mine requirement. Oh, life would be simple if I could read sometimes. Exotic fruits we could go for, however, we just would require some glowberries, which I do keep meaning to go out and get. Oh, you know what, actually, let's just go do that just now, especially whenever all the builders are just requesting in some items. This may be a good time to do so. We're going to go locate a lush desert in order to see if it has any glowberries within it. Chances are it just has the word lush in it. It has nothing to do with lush caves, but we do seem to have one relatively close to us, so we will check it. If not, I'm sure there will be a cave entrance somewhere close to it. Right, okay, this is a lush desert we're in here at the moment, apparently. Arag the lurker is protecting the treasure. Is he now? And I see Arag the lurker just ahead of us here. Hello friend, don't mind me. I would very much like to see your mediocre treasure. Ah, yes. Lovely stuff. Well, the lush desert was nice, but no glowberries within it. Fortunately though, we do have a lush cave relatively close by as expected. Let's go grab ourselves some glowberries then, head back, start that research, and hopefully that has killed a little bit of time. Christian is now 100% supplied for the graveyard build and is still pretty much in the clearing out phase at the moment. To be fair, this area he's clearing out underneath it is pretty big, although he is putting the planks and in fact is putting the walls in for it, so he's doing a not too bad a job actually. Agnes is also 100% supplied for the plantation upgrade, and I do see the new field right here. I think I saw in the schematics that she's basically just going to put sugarcane on top of it, but that's alright. We will replace it with a proper plantation field once she gets it up. It's the same story with Elaine actually. She is 95% done with the upgrade, just doing water sorting at the moment, which I wish she would really get this over and done with. I would like these new builds up here today, especially the cookery, seeing as these idiots are now starting to get upset about their food factor, purely because they have level 4 houses now. Simple bread isn't quite cutting it for them. Well, that's the two builders, just finished off with their level 3 plantation builds, and Agnes is out here constructing the mystical site. It is a pretty simple build for her to make. There's just quite a lot of items that go towards it, mainly the same type of items, which the colony does have an abundance of, so she should be able to get that up for us pretty quick here, I reckon. Elaine has also finished off with the plantation, and she should be out here making the covered road decoration at the moment. Yes, indeed, I think she is. She may also just be playing in the water. But once she does have that up and ready for us, we'll move on to the cookery build itself, which will be an interesting one to get up. Christian is now 60% done with the graveyard build, and boy has he made a lot of progress with it. Nicely done, son. I really do like the stairwell that takes you down underground. That is quite a nice addition. I may take some inspiration from that. The materials for the covered road decoration are pretty straightforward at this point, so what I think I'm going to do is quickly grab all of those for her. Let's speed this building process up, and just like that, we're now 100% supplied. The graveyard build is 98% done, and he is constructing this at some speed. But the big question is, has he drained the water here? Not yet. But I reckon that the water within the stairwell here will be very similar to the water within the mine shaft. Just one building action, and it'll be gone. You also seem to have maybe built this around yourself there, Christian. Interesting building technique. Agnes and the mystical site are making some tremendous progress. Granted, at level 1, it's mainly just the foundations that take all the building materials, which even though we have built this on raised terrain, I will still need to come around and fix up some portions of it. And it's just as I thought. just one building stroke and that's all the water been removed. Damn, I absolutely love this idea. The view down here is fantastic. I may come out whenever we finalise the build to level 5 and replace all of the glass with my connected glass, but damn, this is nice. Although no clear way down into the crypt yet, as far as I'm aware. Maybe we still need to put some ladders in. I see a lane hard at work with the covered road decoration, and in fact, I would say that's pretty much it complete. And that's the decoration now complete, so we should pick up the cookery next, which indeed we have, and as it's a level 1 building, it should be fairly simple, although thanks to me intervening and adding my own touches to it, we will need to go teach some unique items to some builds, although nothing too fancy. Just an iron knife from the Farmer's Delight mod to the blacksmith. And that was also an achievement for the mystical site, as well as the graveyard just flagging off there as well. Perfect. So what we'll do then, Agnes, is get you coming out here to upgrade this to level 2 next. And I will kill this ocean creeper. Then we'll get Christian coming out to start constructing the Enchanter's Tower. I don't suppose we have any spare idiot to become our graveyard keeper. Oh, we do actually. We have Maine. Welcome in then, Maine, the new undertaker, who doesn't require anything, so I will just leave be. And whenever someone dies with a grave that they can get to, he will go pick up the remains. The Enchanter's Tower is very similar to the mystical site. We are just going to require in quite a lot of base materials to make up the foundations. I doubt we have that much dirt within our warehouse. I will check. No, unfortunately, we don't have any dirt at all, but I'm pretty sure that the composter should be able to make dirt for us. Let's check. Settings, produce dirt, yes. Although that will be an incredibly slow process because you will need to compost items to get dirt out. Right, fine. Give me a moment. All this hard work that I need to do for these idiots. Alrighty then, Elaine. How are we getting on here? Doing the clearing out phase. Let me go grab out some jungle logs and I will help you make those stilts. Perfect. Our researchers have unravelled the mysteries of exotic fruits, which means we can now grow glowberries and the likes over within the plantations. Speaking of plantations, what can we now grow? We can use 3 fields at a time and grow 2 types of plants, which I'll get this first one here to start looking after cacti and sugarcane, and let's get this second one then growing something a bit different for us. I'm thinking for maybe some aquatic crops, sea pickles, kelp and seagrass. We could have this one growing that for us, which would require this field being placed here, although this then would remove the tree in the centre of it. I still hope I'm placing in these plantation fields right. I hope they go into the plantations themselves. Ah, sod it, who cares? Let's go ahead with this one then. Oh, those are already some interesting blocks we're going to require. And we'll get some vines growing in the other plantation field here. Although no option for glowberries as far as I'm aware. No, not by the looks of it. Maybe the tropical style can't grow glowberries. After all that effort we made to go get them. We are starting to get in a few more requests then from Christian, Clement and Agnes. Mainly acacia logs, which I will just supply them with, and some items for the stonemason. Christian is 1/5 of the way done with the mystical site. It's a fairly big building as you can see, so this will take him a little while to get up. Agnes really hasn't started with the mystical site upgrade. I think she's been stuck somewhere, so this will equally take her forever to do. The cookery build, on the other hand, is now 100% supplied, and I've seen that she's already over 60% done with it. Yep, looking good. No issues encountered so far, and in fact, there it's complete. Thank you very much, Elaine. Let's get you immediately upgrading this to level 2. And let's see if we can get a idiot into this. Yes, we can. Perfect. A chef for the build. Let's assign you a field to use. And let's get to teaching some recipes then. Let's start cooking all of these raw materials. Finally, these idiots will have something more to eat than just bread. Plenty more to eat. Look at all these recipes we can now make. And on that note, I think we'll leave it there. The level 2 upgrade to the cookery is a fairly straightforward upgrade. Nothing too intensive required for it. So I think I'll just let Elena finish that off for us in the meantime. And then next time we will see what levels 3 and 4 have in store for us.